Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Destiny and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to go ahead and start working with the room view. So in the room view, we're going to be able to see all the rooms. We're going to be able to enter a room and send message, and it's really going to be cool. So you want to see more videos like this, make sure to drop a like, consider subscribing and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of the future videos. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm going to open up my code editor and I'm going to open up views.py. That's where we stopped from the last time. So in views.py, I'm going to be creating a new view. I'm going to say define, and we could just call this one, I could call it room, but it's going to crash with my database. So I'm just going to say room view. And over here, I'm going to pass in request, and I could also pass in PK. Okay, that's because we want to get just one specific room. So I'm firstly going to say user should be equal to request.user. That's to get the logged in user. And I'm going to say room should be equal to, then I want to get the room.objects.get, and I want to say ID should be equal to PK. So whatever is it that you're passing in here, make sure that's what you pass into this PK. And I've explained all this in depthly in the other videos in the series. So after we do this, now we want to go ahead and check if not room. So that means if that room that we're trying to get does not exist, then we simply want to go ahead, return redirect. Then we could just redirect them back to the messages. Okay, so I'm gonna just say messages. Now I want to open up urls.py to be sure that's where I'm getting them to. Okay, so I'm gonna just get them to the index page if there is no room like that and they're trying to enter the room. Okay, hopefully you understand. So I'm gonna get them to the index page. So how about a room exists? Then what do I want to do? Now I want to go ahead and get the messages. So you could say room messages should be equal to room dot, then messages underscore, or rather it's going to be message underscore set dot all. Okay, so I'm going to explain what this is doing. I want to get the first 20 room messages. Okay, so now look at this. If we convert to those messages, take note, we have this room that has a foreign key to the room at the top over here, and this is the message. So we could use the set all method in Django to actually get all the messages that are related to the particular room. So that's what we did over here. Okay, so when we've done this, now the next thing we could do is add. I also want to list out all the users. So I'm going to say all users should be equal to user.object. Let me just say all for now. I'm going to show you why I want to do that. We want to go ahead and search for a room, and then to that I'm going to say queue should be equal to request.get.get. Remember, we've done this form before, and I'm going to pass in queue over here. Now request.get.get, and I want to say .strip. So strip is going to remove all the empty spaces. You could stick with it. If you don't want, you could get rid of it. And when we've done this, but on the same line, I want to go ahead and write a conditional statement. I'm going to say if request.get.get, and what we are getting is queue, right? What if it's equal to none? Then what do we want to do? Else we'll pass in an empty string. Okay, so now this is what's going on. We use queue. We said we just define the variable queue. You can call it whatever we want. We said request.get.get will get queue, and we're going to be passing this into the form, the search form that's in the room that we stripped it. Then we said if request.get.queue is not equal to none. Hopefully you understand. That means there was actually a search result. Something actually was in the database that was going to satisfy that. If it's not equal to none, else, then we'll go ahead and set it to empty string. That means it's equal to none. We'll go ahead and set it to empty string. As simple as that. Now I'm just going to say rooms, and I want to get all the rooms. So I'm just going to say this should be rooms.object. Then I'm going to say filter. And remember the cute thing that we got from before. I'm going to be using it now. So I'm going to say topic underscore name. Remember, that's what we called it. Underscore I contains. So if you've been following along from the other videos, then you'd understand what the underscore mean by now. It's just a way of looking up fields. Okay, it's just a way of looking up field, and what that means is this: we got topic. In topic, we got name, we got date. So let's say what we want to look up is date. It's going to be underscore date. Okay, underscore date. And that's just the same way of doing something like topic.name. But since this is in here in this filter, in here, we are not going to be using the dots. We need to use the underscore name. Then after the equal to, that's where we can even do something like queue.name, and everything is going to work fine. Okay, so hopefully I'm not confusing anyone too much. And when we've done this, we could go ahead and duplicate this 3 more times. I'm going to get rid of that one. So for this one, we need description I'm gonna grab the description, and also I'm gonna come over here and let's say we also want to get we could get the name of the room. So I'm gonna say room name, topic name, room name. Yeah, that's it. So after we've done all this, now we could just get down here, then we could say room. Let's count all the rooms. We could say room underscore count should be equal to rooms dot count. So this is pretty much counting all the rooms for us. Now we want to get the first 6 rooms. So I'm gonna say rooms should be equal to rooms, then I get the first 6 rooms. And I also want to go ahead and let's get all the topics. So I'm gonna say topics should be equal to topics dot objects dot all. I get all the topics. And what else could we even do? Let's go ahead and count all the topics. So I'm gonna say topics count, and this should be equal to topics dot count. So that's one of the remaining reason why we got these topics over here, so that we're going to be able to count all the topics. Now I also want to get the first 5 topics. So I'm gonna say topics should be equal to topics, then I'm getting the first 5 topic. Okay, so when all this is done, now I'm just gonna grab this context and the render, and I'm gonna paste it down here because I'm gonna be using it now, and I want to unindent this all the way to the back. And for this one, we don't need any form. Then let's go ahead and start passing in some things. I'm gonna pass in topic. I'm gonna pass in room. I'm gonna pass in the room message. Remember, this isn't supposed to be in a string. Take note of that. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. This is gonna be room. This is gonna be room. This one is gonna be room messages. This one is going to be, let's just say, room underscore messages. Hopefully you guys understand what's going on. I've already explained all this in depthly. This one is user. This one over here is user. That's the one that we defined over here at the top over here. And what else could we pass in? We could say all user. Remember, I got all the user from the database, and all users. I think what I called it was all users. Okay. Now after all users, let's also pass in rooms. Remember, we got just one room and we also got all the rooms. Okay, so rooms, and what else? We got the topics already. Okay, for the counts now, we got the room count, and this one is going to be room underscore count, and as you already know, we also got this topics count. And this one is going to be topics count. I want to grab it from where I kept it. This is it over here, topics count. I'm just going to copy that and put it down here. Okay, so when that's done, this one is going to be chat-room.html. Okay, so that's it. Now let's go ahead and create we want to go ahead and create a URL for this one. So open up your urls.py, and we need to create a URL for the room. So in order to do that, we could just duplicate this one. Then from over here, I could just say let's just say chat room, and for this one, we just call it room view because that's what we call it in the views. You don't need to call it whatever you want. Whatever you call it in the room, that's what you're gonna pass in there. And over here, I'm gonna say int, then I'm gonna pass in pk. Okay. So hopefully, as you guys can see now, we got some rooms. I'm gonna open this room up. What do you notice? We got this Django Guru's room, right? That we created, and now this is room number 1. So if I come over here and say I want to visit room, still works. Now I'm gonna say /1. Now what do you notice? It's working, but it says template does not exist at chat-room.html. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna try creating a new template in the chat. I'm gonna paste this in. Now if you refresh, what do you notice? Looking great, right? Yeah, everything looks good. So I think that's gonna be it. Now let's go ahead and configure the template. So for the configuration of the template, we could actually still use the index. We could use the index. It's gonna be almost the same thing. Just paste this in here, but we're gonna get a couple of errors now, I think. Okay, actually there is no error. That's great. But now all the for loop that we've been doing, now we need to transfer all that in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start doing that. Okay, so in order to get started, firstly I'm going to be changing this recent chat thing over here. Make sure you scroll all the way to the top. I'm going to scroll all the way to the top, and just down here where we got the recent chats, I'm just going to change this to welcome. I'm just going to say welcome to, then we need to call the name of the room over here. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this. I'm going to say welcome to room dot, and it's called room name. This is it over here, room name. Okay, if you come over here and refresh, what do you notice? Now we have welcome to Django developers. Now we want to see the whole members that are in the room. We want to list them out over here, and in order to do that, what we're simply going to do is we're just going to come over to this for message, and this time around I'm just going to say for M in and that one is going to be room dot members. Remember, that's what I called it. Now if I come over here and refresh, let's see. Okay, I think there is a problem. It says, okay, this, since I'm getting this, I need to use all. Since it's a many to many field, you want to use all. And over here now we don't have any as you can see, this is what's showing up, but we don't have any name or image or whatever. Now we need to go ahead and change up all that. So I'm just gonna say M dots, depending on what you were using, depending on what you're using over here. If it's member, if it's M, then you could go ahead and do whatever you want. So I'm just gonna say M dots user, the username, and also for the image, let me make sure I'm getting that correctly, and I'm gonna refresh this. Now let's see how it looks. Okay, still nothing. Now let's see what we got. So this is M, and that's what we've got for this one over here. Now we could simply say let's see, since we say for M in that, we could say this M dot profile. We don't need the user any longer because we are accessing the user directly from M. So right now, if I refresh, let's see, what do you notice? It's showing up over here. But since Destiny is the only user in the room, that's why it shows only his picture. So if we come over here and add in there Karen, save this, and we refresh this, now what do you notice? Now you can see Karen over there. So everything is coming together. Now I think that's pretty much what we want to do. One more thing that we'd want to do is okay, I think that's it. Now we need to go ahead, and I think the next thing should be displaying the room messages, right? Yeah, because from down here, but we don't have any room messages. No, we don't have any room messages yet. We're going to be creating the functionality to add the room message later. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to come over here. This is Destiny. The room is Django Gurus, as you all know. I'm just going to say, hey there, welcome to my group. Welcome to my group. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and save this. And I'm just added this up so that you guys would see what the messages look like when, you know, when we start adding the message functionality. Okay, so what you guys are going to see what the message looks like when we start using this button over here to send messages. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm going to refresh this, so that message is going to be gone. So I want to go ahead and change one of those buttons over here to join group. So if a user isn't in the group already, we want them to be able to join the group and not just start chatting immediately. Okay, so in order to do that, we need to look for this group buttons over here, and as you can see, we got one over here. This is one. Now what I'm simply going to do is just run a for loop on one of this, or rather just write an conditional statement. So I'm going to say if request.user is in room.members.all, then I want to go ahead and allow them to text. Else, I'm going to say else, then I want to show them like a button that's going to tell them to join the room. Okay, so over here I'm going to say and if, then this one should be join room. This one should be join room. Okay, we could even just say if request.user in, I'm going to say if not request.user in room, then we want to show them the button that's going to say join room. Okay, hopefully you understand. Now I'm going to come over here and refresh, and we should just see one button. Okay, we should see one button, and okay, I could just stick with what I wanted to do before. I could just stick with that. I'm gonna copy this one and put over here because I'd want to see some other button over there at the top. But for the other button, we could just say something like I don't know, this one is going to be join room. Let's just say that one is going to be charts. Okay, that one is going to be charts. Now if you refresh, we should see charts because Destiny is in the room. Now if I open up an incognito window and I'm gonna come over here and let's just say I wanna sign. Okay, right now I can sign in with any other admin. I actually just want to show you guys that this is gonna show join room. But for now, let's just stick with what we are doing. We don't even have the functionality to join room yet. We're gonna be creating that later. So when we've done this, I think that's pretty much what we want to do. Let's just go ahead and display the room details over here at the top because they are supposed to be room details and all that. Okay, and in order to do that, I'm just gonna get down here and let's just get down once more. This is for message in messages. Actually, we won't be needing this. I'm gonna get rid of this for message in messages thing. Just get rid of it. And over here, this one should be room.name. So this should be room.room name. Now let's refresh and see how it looks. Okay, one error. What's the problem? It says reverse for direct isn't found. And where is the error coming from? Let's see. Reverse for direct. That's in line 140. Okay, this is it over here. Now we need to get rid of this. I'm just gonna get rid of this. Bye-bye, and it's gone. So now if we refresh this now, what do you notice? We got Django developer. So we want to show the room name whenever there is any user over there. And for this one, I'm just gonna say room.bio, or I think it's description, eh? Yeah, description. But I want to truncate chars. So I'm gonna truncate chars to just the first 10 words, and I think that should be it. So description, I think the description, okay, yeah, that's it. Come learn Django. We could say the first 20 word. That should be okay. And also for the image, I want to make sure that when I created the room that it added an image. So I'm going to open up rooms and I'm going to open up this image on a new tab. And what do you notice? It added the image. So for this one, I'm going to say room.image.url. So get back here and refresh and let's see. Okay guys, that's it, looking pretty great. Now the next thing that we're gonna do is I'm just gonna get rid of this active thing, and this offline, I'm gonna get rid of it. Refresh one more time. This is all we've got. And also over here you could put the dates when the room was created. It's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. I could just say room.dates, and now we should see this really ugly dates show up. And as you can see, that's not looking great. We'll go ahead and change it. So firstly, I want to show the day, I want to show the month, and I want to show the year. Okay, so when this happens, you see it looks great. Now I'll go ahead and comment this out. I don't need it, or you could put in the name of the host over there. It's totally up to you guys. So that's pretty much it. Now that one is looking great. So let's see the next thing that we could add. Let's see for room in request.user. Okay, for now I'm not going to be doing that. What I just want to do is go ahead and change out some of the text that's supposed to be over there, but I can't even find anything for now. I'm just going to say for loop, if for loop.first. So this is what I'm looking for over here. I'm just going to get rid of this. I don't need it any longer. And I'm also gonna get rid of the end if and the end for that we've got down here. I'm gonna refresh this. Let's see what we've got. Okay, that's it. That's pretty much what we want to add up. Now I'm just gonna get back to the top, and you remember where we got the in room.members.participants. So I'm looking for something that's over here. Okay, this is what I'm looking for, this room.image.url. I'm gonna grab that, and we want to get back to the, I think I missed it already. Let's look for where we got that. I think we can't look for it like that. We need to come over here, and I'm gonna say if for loop.first. That's in line 1504, around there. I think that should be it. Let's see, we also got this one. Okay, that should be in line 1504 or so, should be around there. So I'm just gonna get all the way to okay, this is it. As you can see, now I need to get rid of this one. I'm just gonna go all the way to the back and paste that. So room.image.url, come over here and refresh. Now there is one more problem. It says, okay, not from there but from over here. That's where I'm working. So the image ain't showing up yet. I think there is a little problem. I'm going to get rid of this incognito mode. I don't need it. So this is room.image.url. Yeah, I'm editing something where I'm not supposed to edit it. Okay, so I'm just going to say if for loop.first. This is the first one that we're going to be needing. Then the second one should be around here. Okay, this should be it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this and paste it over here, room.image.url, line 1510. Now if I refresh this, what do you notice? That shows up over there. Now we also need to change the room name and the room bio and also display the host. So I'm going to paste this here, but this one is going to be room.room name, and I don't need the URL thing over there. But I want to get rid of all these conditional statements that I've got. I don't need them any longer. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of that. And for this one, this is going to be the host. So I'm going to say the host is then this one is going to be room.host. Let's just say username pipe title. So now if we come over here and refresh, what do you notice? We got Django developers, but we don't got, okay, yes, you can see we got a host, Destiny. So guys, that's it. Everything is looking great from here. And I think in the next one, we're going to go ahead and start working with writing message. But before I write message, I want to display all the messages over here, all the messages that we've got. Okay, so after we've done that, that's the final thing that we're going to be doing in this video. So what you need to do is come over here and look for chat append. So I'm going to look for chat append. This is it over here. Now what I want to do is I'm just going to go ahead and say, instead of for direct, I'm going to say for message, or I could just say for m in room_messages. That's what I called it in the views.py. So for m in room_messages, then I'm going to say if request.user is equal to direct is equal to this time around it should be message.user. But since I'm using m, we could go ahead and remove the sh and just stick with the m. So for m in that, now I'm going to come over here and refresh this. Let's see. Okay, no messages are showing up yet. That's because we don't have any message yet. So if request.user is equal to m, now for m in room_messages, I need to make sure that this messages thing is correct. So I'm going to get back to my views.py over here, and this is what I'm looking for. Actually, it's room message and not room messages, so that's why we have to confirm if it's correct or not. So this is for message in room message, and refresh this. Okay, now there is a problem. It says delete message. Yeah, that's not found. So we need to get rid of it from over here. We need to come over here and we need to get rid of all this. And finally, we also need to get rid of, okay, that's it. So now if you refresh, what do you notice? Something is showing up over here. That's because we got a message, right? But we need to go ahead and display the message. But from over here, the message is body. Okay, so take notes, it's body over here. So that's what we're going to be using. Now for m in m, if direct.sender.first name.full name. This one is going to be if m.user.profile.full name. Then I'm going to say m.user.profile.full name. Okay, right? Yeah, that should be it. Then I'm also going to say m.user.dat. Okay, so let's refresh this and see. Yeah, it's working perfectly well. So this is if m.user.profile.full name exists, then go ahead and set their full name, else fall back to their username. Then this one is going to be m.date. I think that's what I want to use. Now I'm going to refresh this and let's see. 12 minutes ago, that was when the message was sent. And this one is going to be m.body. Okay, and that should be it. So what do you notice? We're going to say hello there, welcome to my group. So that's it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and learn something new. Right now we could go ahead and see the messages, we could see the groups, we could see the group details, we could see it from over here. And in the next one, we're going to go ahead and start working with, let's say, joining the room or leaving the room. Any cool thing that's that you guys could come up with, we could go ahead and work with. And you want to see more functionalities, to make sure to drop it in the comment section below. And also you want to get the template, follow the links in the description below to get the template. It's really easy and it's going to help you get the templates and start coding along in no time. I hope to see you in the next video where we're going to go ahead and start doing something cool. Until then, mad love, peace out.